So the component, it consists of the CPU, memory, storages, and input and output devices. Okay, and moreover, it has the software components that includes the OS, okay, and the application programs. The okay, so that we call as a components of the computer system. And what is the computer architecture? So it is the CPU, and where it will execute the instructions, and it have the memory stores, it will data, and the ALU will form. So just I given a brief summary of the just understanding. We need to understand the computer also, right? That is very essential. And I given the information what is a software and hardware. So as a yesterday class, I told you like software refers to the set of instructions that tells the computer how to perform a specific task. Okay, that is the definition of the software. And what is the hardware? So hardware, it is a physical component of the computer. Okay. So whatever the program that can understand to the computer is lower level language. Okay. So that is just I given here to know. And what are the higher level languages? So the Python, C, C++, all will be part of higher level language. Okay, and like yesterday, we understood about the compilation stages. So for each step, I given separately what it is happening. Like assembler, it will translate assembler level language to machine level language. Compiler also, it will translate the source code to the machine level language. So like that, and the linkers, what will be the loader? So loads the executable into memory. When we are installing right .exe file, what will happen is it will be uh, it it will first it will copy the into the memory. Okay, so means that memory will be the RAM memory. So where it will copy. Okay, you cannot see like you just to install the application, but about the basics of C programming. Okay, and what are the data types it have, like integer, character, and float. Okay, and what are the other parameters we discussed? We discussed about the loops. So what is a while loop, if loop, and for loop? Okay, just we went on brief. Okay, what we are doing is now we'll go with the theoretical class. Okay, then we'll try to learn the practical. Okay, so that's what I thought to explain you. Like theoretical is understanding of the concepts, overview of the C programming, and practical is how we are using that theoretical concept in a practical way. Okay, so we'll do one by one program in such a way that we are able to understand how the program is working. Okay, so just who are interested in the development side, so they can do the practice and learning. Those who are not into the development, you can know about only the concept. In future, it is helpful for you, like when you are working as a tester. So if you have the knowledge on basic level, so that will also added good to your profile. Mathematics, right? Who are good at mathematics? Okay, some signal I got. Just a signal only. Just raise hand. I didn't got any voice.
I'm not getting some.
Oh, okay. Who are at least basic level of addition, minus, division, multiplication?
We are all low that.
I know.
Okay. If I give 10 rupees, 10 rupees, you can count it, right? It is a 20 rupees.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes.
give, okay. You give me 10 rupees back to me, and you say, okay, you have only 10 rupees left, like that. You cannot do, right? So if I give you 10, you say that it is a 20 rupees. That is addition you will do, right? So this
Yes.
is the mathematics where we usually go with the addition and division of the activities. So in the C programming, in the programming also we have the operators. So what these operators will do? So these operators will help, will instruct the computer. You need to do the operation of multiplication, division, or addition, like that. Okay. So operators are used to used by CPU to manipulate means change. Okay, these are the technical words. Manipulate the data values to manipulate the data values. Okay, so now we need to understand. We know that CPU it consists of instructions, right? Is it true? What is the processing unit? It consists of ALU, arithmetic logic operations, control unit, process unit, right? That will be there in CPU. We discussed about microcontroller, no? So why you are not giving the response? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So what about operators? So operators we discussed. It will be like the conversion, like the addition or division or the multiplication. So it will be a part of the operators. Okay, so these operators will can write. If you have a notes, it's fine. Like I will share you the material. So with the help of that, you can understand. So logical operators. Okay, logical operators in the programming we are writing like this: two ands. Okay, this is a and. Okay, you can write down if not. And next, it will be the or. We are writing two bars. And next we are writing dot. It will be a not. In the program, if write like the not, it will be a not, because you whenever you need to work on the testing, right? Testing or development, you need to know this operators. So that's the reason like I thought to tell you the basic concepts about this logical operators also. Okay, and moreover we're not going in detail, like it will be good enough to understand the knowledge. Okay, so in interviews if they ask you, can you write the and logic, how you will write if you don't know that in the programming when you give the and, because in interviews they can ask this type of questions only. Okay, so that's the reason like we need to cover these operator concepts, very important for you. Okay, so logical operators is and not. You can write down this. This is the first point. Okay, so whenever in the programming, if you are writing and A, B, and equal to equal, which should be get the priority? Actually, whatever the priority will be, they know, like who are familiar on the C programming, they can understand about the priority of the operators. So, okay, so whatever I am writing here, the priority will be from the left to right. It will be from left to right. Okay, the first it will get un will get the priority, next r will get, and not will get the priority. And next is a bitwise operators. Bitwise operators. Bitwise operators. So how they are writing the bitwise operators is one single and. This is and. Means bitwise means single. Logical means double and. Okay. So it is a and. And next is R. You write down notes. Okay. R. Next will be whatever I am saying the notes, no. So these are very important concepts. The basic of theoretical understanding only. Okay. So where we can cover the theoretical, like practical, I told you, like we'll have only few sections. Whenever there is a cap kind of thing, it will be the XR. And next will be the left shift. Left shift. Okay, just write down theoretical only. Okay, so what it will do, because for each and every operator, right here, these are one operator it will be. So if I speak about this operator, it will perform specific operations. Okay, so like we don't, we're not going in detail, but we need to understand what are the operators it have. Okay, and next we have the, this will be the right shift. right shift. And this will be the one's complement. You know about one's complement in mathematics. If you're not, you can write it now. That's fine. One's complement operators. The question mark and colon, right? This is also part of the operators. Okay, if and next I told you we need about relational operators. I need to know about relation. Who knows about relational operators? Like greater than, lesser than, equal, lesser than or equal, greater than or equal. Who are aware on this?
Yeah, sir. We are aware on
Yeah,
it.
we are aware of this.
Okay, so this will be a part of a relation. Okay, relation means it will be the first phase will be covered as a part of the left shift, right shift, greater than or equal, less than or equal, and double equal, not equal. So, like, yeah, like this, it will be. Okay, when we are writing equal, so what is a relational operator? What it will do? Just it will do the comparison. Okay, so whether he is great or this person is great or whether both are equal. So it is a kind of a relation operators. So similarly in the programming, we have the similar kind of operators we need to use. Okay, is it clear? And next is we have a unary operator. Okay. So next is a unary operator. Unary operators are single, like whatever the arithmetic we have, right? So it we are using as a part of a unary operators. Okay, so how we are using? It will be a double plus and double minus and not. So like we are using this will be a part of a unary operators. Okay, so these are the operators that we are using in a C programming. And the order will be like this: logical, bitwise operators, arithmetic operators, conditional and relational, and unary operators. Okay, is it clear still now? What are the operators it will be and how it will be differentiated? What are the symbols it having? Logical, bitwise operators, arithmetic, conditional, relational. Because no, when you joined as a fresher or experienced as a tester or developer, any domain or any experience that you go, okay, so when you reach certain 8 years or 9 years of experience or 10 years of experience, at least you should have this basic knowledge. Without this it will be not good, right? So for our career we need to survive for a long time in the domain. So at least if you have this basics information, it will be good for us. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So make your interest and try to learn it, try to understand it. Okay. And we're not going in programming. So what we can, there is a one definition. Okay. So that definition is typecasting. Okay. Okay. You can write down typecasting. Typecasting. So converting one data type to another data type. So just I take small example, okay, of the programming. So that is called typecasting. converting one data type to another data type is called as a typecasting. So how we are doing this? So just to take a small example, like I told you, right? The program, it will start with hash include. When you are writing the program, no, in the interviews, you don't want to write the libraries. You can start from the main program only. Okay, so like this, you can write directly. So this is a the int value. Okay, so let's consider I'm writing here int value equals to 37. Okay, my sorry 37. So just it is a 370. The value means this 370 is stored in the value. Okay, so instead of value, I can make it as say a. Just so yeah, what is happening is I created one storage box. Like when I declare int, so there is some storage is created. Now, what is the storage value box name is? That is a. Whatever the value it is there, right? So this value I am pushing into the this box. Okay, now my integer carrying some data. That data is 370. That is the value. Okay, now there is a character. Characters is it will be always the keyword words. Okay, so character I will keep like B. Okay, so when I give keep this P, what means I need to exchange this box to, like this is a, imagine like this is a rectangular box. Okay, I need to move this value to square box, like this diagonal box. It will be, imagine like this is a diagonal way, this is a square, but I make it as some rotation. Okay, you can consider as a triangle also, that also fine. Okay, so this is my character. When I need to move to this value to this box, but I cannot move directly, it is not fitting. Okay, so I need to convert this value to character, then only I can fit into the box, right? So how I am doing this? So this 370 value I need to write like this character and a. So in the programming, no, when we'll write like a, okay, and bracket of this character, so this is called the typecasting. Okay, so typecasting means it will convert directly whatever the value it is there here, uh, uh, that value will be converted into character. So means this value will be converted into character. What is that character? How I need to identify the character value? So here, this character value will be stored here, and it now the p value is the character value. Okay, how I'll get this value? Like this is the output, right? Where we'll get a display of p and a values. That is fine, but I need to know the output value of the a value is 370 and p is the character. When it goes into the memory, okay, so like it is a 8-bit or the 16-bit, anything, like we used up to 370 is my a value. What happens is when you give this value, when you are converting into the character, so we have the memory, the binary system memory. Okay, so whenever it will start, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, So next it will be a 104, and next will be the 2048. Okay, so like we came up now. What is my value is 370. So what when and all the value can be fitted. So we need to see the values where it will, like which are the values I need to add it. So the storage will be like it is a 8-bit. Okay, so until this bit, whatever the 350 no means, how I come to know, because 370 is there. 370 is nearer value is 256, right? 256, sorry, 256 is the nearer value. So I thought like 250 until this only, whatever the 3670 I give, that value can fit within this location only. Means within this memory only it will be allocated. So like I will start doing the values. Okay, so like it will be like 0, so 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay, so all together if I add, I will get a 114. Okay, so this is my character value. So means whatever the value, it should be divided like if you see 370 division of 256 means within this 256 you will get the 144. Okay, so this is a value. Whenever you are converting this value within this, you need to divide it. Okay, so this 114 is the one. This value will be converting the integer into the character. Okay, so just to remember here, don't get confused. Just to understand, in the programming, who are good at programming, right? So they can understand what is the value that we are picking, and within that you need to do the minus. That's it. If if we say I need 204, if I give and 370, so this not cannot be considered because the memory it will allocate near to the 256 only, nearer. And if I give 480, right? So 480, yes, I can consider 480, 370 minus. So that nearer value can be considered the division. So it will convert the one value to the another value. It is a typecasting. It is a lengthy concept, so as we are not going in detail. Next, we need to discuss about the storage classes. Okay, what is storage classes? Anyone?
Sorry, sir, we don't know.
Okay, like who are knows the programming? Who are good at program? Others? Okay. Why we are
I don't
learning?
think so.
Okay, why we are learning this storage is because whenever we are flashing the software into the programming, right? We need to understand the storage. Okay, so how the memory will be stored, data will be stored in the memory. So that reason, like we need to understand the storage classes. Okay, so the storage classes is nothing but when we declare the integer, whenever we declare the character, how the data will be storing. So it is a part of the storage. Okay. So the storage generally it will be the memory where it will be the permanent storage, uh, the temporary storage. It have some specific method. Okay. So like if we say write down the storage classes, storage classes. Okay, and memory mapping, these are very important. Okay, so now it feels that it will be confusing or it will be difficult to remember, but these are very important. It gives a good career for you. Okay, so further you won't get a opportunity to learn. once you start your career. Okay, so generally, the storage classes will be like code storage. Next, we have a data and static. Next, we have the BSS. Next, we have the heap and stack. Okay, so code segment and this tag. So whenever you were doing the programming or whenever you are flashing the code, it will always, the data will be filled from, this will be the lower, okay? And it will start from lower to higher, okay? So what is code? Code segment is where it will store the constant information. Okay, when you initialize the program like int a, okay, so where the data will be stored, how it will be storing. So this is a initialization. So where here we store the static. So whatever, when you declare the int a, right? So that int a, if you do, it will store in some memory. Okay. So just I differentiate these two layers, BSS and data. You can remember this is the center one. Okay. And above you have the code data segment, and here you have the heap and stack. Okay, so I will mention it is a code segment. Some notes or some documents, textbooks, they will give like a code segment, data segment, BSS segment, heaps segment, and stack segment like that. So just you can mention like a code, data, BSS, heap, and stack, because in interviews they will expect only this much information. We don't want in detail. Okay, so for the developers or testers, anyone, if they ask you, okay, this is for only knowledge purpose only. And whenever data stack will be there, right? So it will store only the it we call as a static memory. Okay, static memory, and here it will store the global variables. Here it will stores the global variables. So once if you declare the values, right, you cannot modify. Okay, so memory can't modify here. Okay, so like in the programs when we declare array, right, so we have a array character. So when we declare that arrays and all, within the array, the data you cannot modify it. Okay, and next point you can write down here, variables will not be destroyed. Whatever the variables, if you are declared, right, it won't be destroyed. And next, it always, if you declare, just if you declare int a, and if you try to read in the data segment static, if you declare like a static int a, and if you try to read the value of a, so what is the output you will get? You will get it because you didn't given any value here, just only the empty box. So it will read like 0. Okay, so here it will be a 0 value will be written here. This is about a data and static segment. And coming to the BSS, so what is a full form of the BSS is block started by symbol. Block started by symbol. So some textbooks, they give like a block side symbol. Some they mention like a block start by symbol. Means what start by symbol means? whatever the programming we are writing, right, whether it will be in a uninitialized uninitialized program will be comes into the part of a BSS. Okay. Next, the other point will be, so this whatever the data static, you can modify at runtime. So runtime memory, runtime during runtime you can modify this. And next, coming to the heap memory. So this is a static, right? This is a dynamic memory. Dynamic memory. Okay, so local variables will be stored here. Here, global variables will be stored, and local variables means within the programming you are writing within the one page, you can access with the help of heap. If you're writing separate files, the variables you are able to access globally, you need to do, right. So that will be comes under a part of a data static memory. And next will be the part of the memory. Here you cannot memory can be modified. Here we can modify the memory. Okay, so next we have a stack memory. So we have a CPU, right? In the registers, when you mention like a registers, auto, so that programming and all will be stored in the stack memory. Okay, so this is all about the storage classes. Okay, so of the code, data, BSS, and heap and stack segments. Okay, and here whenever you declare the local variables, right? So that you are reading as a 0. But here when you read this values, when you mention the local variable, you try to read, you will get a garbage values. Garbage values means something like a numbering only, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. You will get a numbers. Okay, but you won't give the exact value of that. So it contains some special characters as well. Okay, is it clear? It is confusing, right, for you all? I know. Okay. So next, coming to the other concept is array concepts. So how the program will be defined in the array. Okay. So array will be defined in the form of square brackets. Okay. So how we are writing. So when we write uh, the key initial integers or characters within the square brackets. So as I told you, we cannot modify the values when we declare in the array. Okay, how we are writing this array programming. So we are writing, so here integer a array of values. Okay, it is empty now. When we write like this, it will be empty. If I write like int a of 1, okay, I need to, I can write, I can store only one value here. So like this, we are writing the array concepts. Okay, and if I write like int a equals to 2, so I need to define 1, 2 values. So like this, we are writing. So how many numbers I am using here? So that numbers I am defining here. Okay, this is clear how we are defining array.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have examples later we can consider, but the programming is like each and everything we should practice, then only we can get it. And you can write down small definition of array. So array is collection of data. Our array is collection of data and variables. Array is collection of data, data and characters that cannot modify. that cannot be modified, because in the program someone can change, try to change the externally or internally, okay, but they should not able to access that information. So that's a reason they will use sometimes this array keywords, that will be a fixed one, okay, so where others cannot modify those values. So that's a reason the array will be used here. Okay, so this is the simple concept so that we covering. And next is a part of the structures and unions. Structures and unions. We'll practice one by one program. Okay. So what is a structure and union? So how we are defining the structure? So like structures, you can write down structure. Like I mentioned, like here, capital A. Okay. So within this integer of I, character of J, float of K, like that I will write like this when I am declaring the structure. So what will happen when I declare this int A, I will get the box. I will get a small box because this box contains four boxes, small box, because it is a 4 byte, right? Where one byte will be stored in one box. Character is 1 byte, so here it's storing 1 byte. Float is like uh, based upon the, it is a 4, right? Based upon the uh, bit processor, the size will be varied. Like yesterday I told you. So like this, the storage will be decided by the structure. We are writing like this. This is the syntax of the structure. Okay. So you can write down one small sentence. Memory for each and every individual element. Memory for each and every individual element. So that is the structure. If interviews they will ask you, you can explain this syntax and you can give this information. For developers, for experience, if you give for experience of fresher, if they ask you this type of questions, you can give this. And for testers, if they ask you, in your resume, if you give C programming, they can ask you this type of questions. If you don't give, they won't ask. Okay. So next, coming to the union. Union, you can write down union. Union, it is a similar like ABC I will write. Okay. Int I. So character J and float K. Okay. What will happen is in structure, you will get this memory, right? In the structure. So float will be like this. So what happens when in the structure, the memories will be like this. It will be continuous, where integer, float, and character. It will be like this. Okay. So in the start, it has separate, okay, like this. Coming to the union, what will happen? Which is the storage, high storage here, integer, character, float. So here integer characters are integer and floats are the highest storage because it have the high number bits. Like it is a 4-bit, this is a 4-bit, and this is a 1-bit. So here 4-bit will be stored first. Okay. So when you are mentioning the union, the 4-bit will be stored. Okay. So, and the lower one is the one, it will be stored next. Okay. So write down the definition of the union. Memory will be allocated for the largest element, and it will share highest highest with other elements. Elements is nothing but the integer, character, and the float. These are the elements. And the other important point of the union is only one person can be accessed at a time. You can write down only one of its element can be accessed at a time. And all other members will contain garbage value. This is a very important point in the union. If someone asks you what is the structure and union, so structure, it will allocate the memory for each and every individual member. So coming to the union, it will, which have the largest element that will be shared with each other. Okay, and other point of the union is only one of the elements will be accessed at a time. Other members will contain the garbage value. So that is a difference you need to give if someone asks you about structure and unions. And we have a enum also. You write down enum. So enum is instead of names, we can read the numbers. Instead of names, we are reading the numbers. Okay, so this is an enum. Okay, we are not going in detail. This is a point of interview, point of concepts, and the basic understanding of the keywords. Okay, so still now you are clear on this concept, structures and unions. What is enum? What is storage classes? What are the arithmetic operators and all? You have any questions till now? So next class we are going to discuss about the point of what is a function, okay, and what is a string, and what is a pointers. So that's how we'll end up with the basics of C programming. Okay, theoretically. Okay, next after this we'll do the practical section. We'll try to learn the practical way, one program. I will share to you also. You will also do the practice.